Okay, it says we're live.
We
Are we
are.
really live, Johnny?
I think so. Or we're
Okay.
Memorex.
How the hell are you, Mr. Midnight?
I'm doing great. How are you, GM?
Very good. So
Wonderful.
good, in fact.
Yeah, why are you doing so well? Tell me all about it.
I've reached an equilibrium. I was fumbling around through the fog trying to figure out what I was going to do ultimately.
Hmm.
And many stars aligned to show me the way.
Well, I don't believe you're ever going to reach equilibrium until feminism is outlawed, but
Yeah.
this will work.
I just meant personally equilibrating. Because
How?
actually, I was last week. I was having a chat with one of the elders in my tribe, a female
Oh,
that's actually a coach, and I was explaining to her because she always wants updates on how things are going, and I was just kind of explaining a couple of things that irritated me about my environment, and
okay.
she's like, you know what? I mean, the way she said it was different, but what I heard was shit or get off the pot. You have no authority. And
Hmm.
while you're in the place that you are, you're never going to be able to fix these things that you have an issue with. So,
When you were talking about your authority and
yeah,
the ultimate um, the ultimate goal for your environment, which we're talking about your work environment,
just society on
it's
large.
just and yeah, I was going to say, which ultimately leads to society in large, how
Yeah.
you ninja your way into these positions, right? With the express purpose of the destruction of feminism. Um,
Well, the destruction of feminism would lead to the liberation of natural order.
right, exactly, and
Yeah.
that's what I want. I want my natural order back.
Yeah.
And the thing is that at your current position, you're in on the ground. You're ground level, okay? You're not
Yeah.
sweeping the floors, but you're, not much higher than that in terms of in terms of decision making. But now you're being you're being offered the ability to get farther up into that with all of the benefits and few of the detriments, like it would with some of the supervision positions.
Yeah. See, that's the thing I was struggling with because I have a leadership development coach.
At work or just in general?
In general. Yeah,
Okay.
I was adopted by this company when I opened my salon. So
Oh,
I've also
okay.
taken part, and that's their business, leadership development,
I
and
didn't
work.
know that. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, they work with city stuff, and I've done work with them in the past, and I've taken part in conferences and stuff that they've held. He's a mentor in my life for sure, and he's always pushing. He wants me like up in management, and I'm like, that's not a woman's lane.
Well, it's not only the woman's lane. I don't know exactly if the management aspect is what you would be suited for anyway, from knowing you for
Right,
these
because
years.
I'm a support staff, external
Right.
pressure type of force.
Right. Right. You
Yes,
would
and I
be
found
you
a spot in the external pressure realm.
I know that
I
is
know.
actually you wouldn't be a supervisor.
Nope.
You would technically be a para supervisor in this case, meaning you were alongside the company. That's what the para prefix means.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't actually be working within the rubric of the company itself. I mean, you would be working for it, of course, but you wouldn't be taking marching orders from it. You're alongside it, not
Right.
part of the strata. And that might be exactly where you need to be for this, where you
Yeah.
would work well. So could you tell me exactly what your expectations of you in this position be? What the
Mm.
fuck are you supposed to do in here?
I am learning all the rules, and I'm
Okay.
studying and training on the rules.
You've actually started the training for this.
I mean, I've started reading the first book. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So I'm interested because my main problem, I think, ultimately, is being told to do something that is different than what I was told before, and then it constantly changes, and I don't have an answer because I don't know. I
Okay.
just have to follow instruction and be like, well, this is weird. Like, it wasn't like this yesterday, or I was told previously that we can't do this. Now you're telling me to do this. Like, I will be ninja in the rules because
Good. Good.
ultimately, the people that tell me what to do don't really know. So,
Right. Right. So what you would be is th- you would be pulling some of the puppet strings for the people who were pulling your strings before,
yes,
saying, "Go do this." No, don't do this. Oh, okay, do it again. And they're inconsistent and they're inefficient. What you
yes,
would be doing is monitoring the consistency and efficiency of
yes,
these people who can't seem to get it together.
yeah. And I would be, I guess, setting up a boundary between the narcissistic abusive authority.
Okay.
Because whether they, you know, like if you look at abuse and the narcissistic abuse realm, incompetent leadership
Hmm.
completely reflects a malicious, because the actions are
Oh,
the
right.
same, whether the intention is the same. Could be by accident because of incompetence, could be malicious. Doesn't matter, the effects are still the same.
So what's happening is because the place is so disorganized,
Mhm.
it would allow a narcissist or a sadist to thrive in that environment because they can move people at their whim,
Exactly.
and they love their whim more
Oh,
than
they
fucking
their way.
anything. I'm like,
Yeah.
"Ooh, I'm so fucking whimsical." Yeah, I hate that shit. But
Yes, they are
God,
so
it's
fucking
very
whimsical.
womanly, very
It
womanly.
is toxically feminine nature that I will
Uh,
be subduing ultimately. So,
it's great. So you actually have the power to subdue it and say, no, we can't do that. We
yeah.
need to be consistent. You said one thing yesterday, and now you're doing the bald faced opposite today. We
Yeah.
can't have that. That's going to confuse the lower echelons and
Yeah.
the people that are on your level.
Yeah. 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 No,
Hmm.
it'll be good. By the way, hello, Billy. Yes, narcissistic abuse.
Hey, Billy.
Poofy's here. Hello,
No,
Rex.
I'm
Good to
here.
see you. I need
Hi,
to
Rexus.
I need to touch base with you. We need to set up that stream. But I was just
Yes, you
looking at my
do.
day off. My next day off's Friday. So Friday next week. It's my next day off that
Yeah,
I
get
know
them
for
on there.
sure. If you're down for it, Rex, we can set something up for Friday. Good to see you,
I've been,
Bandit.
I have been editing. Hey, Bandit, how are you doing? I have been editing some of Rexus's stories, and they're very, very fucking good.
Really?
Yeah,
See,
they're like Conan level awesome.
I want to talk to Rex because he's a couple years younger than my son, and
Hmm.
this could be this part of what Bandits here saying. Tim Pool today, a third of Gen Z boys believe in patriarchy. See, that's
Good.
good. That's good
That's,
news.
we
Um,
need the other 2/3 to believe in it now.
yeah, I don't know. I think some of them are just afraid to admit it. I think there's a lot of
Yeah,
beliefs
right.
that men in our society are still too afraid to admit.
Of course.
That one
I am
third
too, believe
sounds
it or
like they
not.
had good moms. So
Right, right.
I'm curious about Rex and his story and how he became such
Yeah.
a badass at such a young age.
Yeah, exactly. How did Rexus in a fully feminized society get to be of his mindset and belief structure that he did, in that kind of
Well,
overall environment?
I want to
It's crazy.
see because I think Portland, because I listened to some of Rex's stuff. Are you in Oregon, Rex? Because
No,
I
he's
know.
in Utah.
Oh,
Um, I
Utah.
don't know if I don't know if I should say that. I don't think he cares. I don't think
I
he
thought I
cares.
heard him say something about Oregon. I don't know, but I'm just curious about the influences he has in his life. and why he chose to listen to some and not others. Because
Right.
there's always different influences in people's lives. Like,
Right.
especially like as a young woman, you got your feminist influence, you got your actual motherly influences. Like, who
Right.
they have
Media
conflicting
influences.
different messages. Like,
Right.
what drives somebody to believe one over another?
That's a very good question, because at his age,
Yeah.
you need to really be a self learner. You have to be very self motivated to shrug off and eschew the whole feminist narrative in 2026. All right, because it's everywhere, and I have to imagine myself being his age in 2026, because I wasn't. I was that age in the early 90s when this stuff really started going full bore.
Right. It wasn't
Actually,
mainstream like it
I
is.
think third wave feminism just got declared when I was his age. With that being said, it it caught on very quickly and very pervasively throughout our culture. It just wasn't on full
Technology
retard.
spread the emotional terrorism.
And so did the media, though. Yeah. The
Yeah.
riot girl shit. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we had to deal with that crap big
Mm.
time in the 90s.
Hello, Chaos. Good to see you.
Hey Chaos, how are you doing, buddy?
Tom. Always good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But so you have decided to take this position. You're like, I'm fucking doing it, right?
Yeah, I'm doing it. And actually, you know
Okay.
what? The day I decided to do it, there's this tremendous weight lifted off of me. And I was out delivering and I was in an area I'd never been to before.
Hmm.
And I saw a white wolf.
Oh my God, are you kidding? Like a real live white wolf?
It looked just like a wolf. It was behind a fence with another dog, but it looked like a wolf.
It's
And
probably a
typically,
wolfhound,
when I'm
a wolf
driving up and
dog.
down like the fences,
Mhm.
the dogs get all excited and they like want to chase. They want to
Right,
have a race
right.
with the truck. And
Hmm.
so they're usually going back and forth. And this one was just looking at me, like no
Nice,
barking, no
nice.
nothing.
I
Next time I go out there, I want to know, like, is that a
uh,
mix? Well,
that
because it
is your
literally
spirit
looks like
animal.
a
You
white
should
wolf.
ask them. Yeah, you should ask the owner. Like, is that
Yeah.
like a wolf? I'm
Yeah.
thinking it's a wolf dog. I don't think you can actually have a white wolf for a pet. You've got to have some serious fucking permissions for that,
Yeah.
even in Texas. Like,
Yeah.
there's up here in Wisconsin, there was this guy who had a kangaroo that got loose. And,
Really?
and guess what adopted him? A herd of deer. They're like, you're weird. You have a
Adopted
fucked
a
up accent.
kangaroo.
Yeah. They're like, you're weird. You have a fucked up accent, but you can hang with us. Yeah. They found him with a herd of deer.
Yeah.
But see, I was the guy that was being the devil's advocate for you with this position.
I
I
know.
was the one saying, well, what about, and then what about, and then,
Yeah.
well, how about this?
And
So,
you
like,
brought up some good points. You
right.
brought up
Like if
some
they
good
were
points.
saying you're going to have to advocate for crazy bitchery,
Oh,
that's what I
yes.
was worried for.
You know what, though? It's so weird because the crazy bitches at work don't really approach me with crazy
Fear?
bitchery. And I don't know if it's because I've already established my
You know,
who I am in the
yeah,
environment. Like,
right.
what I will engage in conversation and what I ignore or what I switch topic on.
Okay. So you do actually use like social Aikido with them. Like,
Oh,
I'm not going to talk about that. Let's talk about Whataburger. Right.
yeah, anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else? Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it'll be good.
Can I ask you this though?
Yeah.
So you have a fellow employee, because they are going to be your fellow employee. You know, they're going to, like, during your regular shift, they're going to be of the same rank you are. You just happen to be their advocate for them, or their representative for them,
Mm-hmm.
uh, in a para ergonomic role. All
Mm-hmm.
right. So when they come up to you and like, GM, I'm going to get fired because someone caught me pooping in one of the vehicles, which does happen at your job. Literally does. People do use the vehicles as a toilet.
It's happened.
Now,
Yeah.
that I think is unacceptable.
The rules are clear.
The rules are clear then. You would not be able to defend them for pooping in the vehicle.
I don't know. I haven't learned all the rules yet.
Okay. Okay. Or what if
It's against the rule and it's yeah.
what if one of them comes up and says, I hate that motherfucker. I'm
Yeah.
going to go ahead and to supervision and say he tried to pistol whip me, even though we all know he didn't. What do you think? Can you got my back?
I
Are
personally
you my
would be
nigga?
investigating stuff. That's
okay.
another part of the thing, like the investigation aspect and the interviewing process. And
Okay.
yes.
Okay. So you would actually have to investigate that and go up to them and say,
I would have to find proof.
Right. And if you couldn't find proof, you would have to say, I'm sorry, I cannot help you because you might be full of shit.
I don't know.
Okay. I just want to make sure that you're not going to have to be asked to do political things that are totally against your character.
I'm sure I will be asked to do things.
Right.
But whether I choose to do them or not is completely
okay. Because I know one thing that you hate more than any fucking thing on earth.
It's preferential treatment.
No, it's liars.
Yes. Yeah. I fucking hate liars. But I don't think people find it very easy to lie to me when I'm sitting down face to face with somebody.
Right.
It's almost like I can see them peering into their soul.
Okay. Okay. Well, good. I mean, that will come in very handy because you are going to have to interview these people that come to you with, say, a grievance or one who wants to file an accusation. Accusations actually may have merit behind them, or they could be bullshit.
Yeah. Don't we have a friend that's dealing with some of the bullshit?
We do. Yeah, we do. He actually lost his job, no questions asked. They're like, get the fuck out. And
see, I could never imagine that man even saying those words, especially to a woman. Like, come on.
I know.
He is one of the most sweetest gentlemen.
I know.
Right?
It's like he walks into the lunchroom. He's like, you better give me a potato chip or I'm going to pistol whip you across the fucking head. Yeah, right. He would never say that.
Right. That's what makes the accusation so outlandish. And you know a crazy bitch made that shit up in her head.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this crazy bitch actually was recruited from a prison.
Oh, so she was a guard or an inmate?
Inmate. You want to get out of jail? Yes, boss. Well, you're going to have this job. Okay. Yep, there you go.
Speaking of inmates, I found out recently, Ghislaine Maxwell, because she's literally
on your route.
She's not even 2 miles from my house where she's being withheld in a very minimum security prison. She's allowed to have a pet.
Can you believe that?
She's allowed to have a fucking pet. And apparently I just found out there's another chick that I forget her name, but she went to prison for embezzling a lot of money. Okay. Like getting a lot of companies to
NXIVM.
invest.
I think it was that lady.
Maybe. She's down there too.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I think that's where they put Martha Stewart for a little while. I know that it's terrible though that here you have somebody who's that I think the mastermind behind white slave trade and possibly cannibalism.
Yeah.
The preparation and consumption of human flesh.
Right.
and she gets to have a cat.
She gets to have a pet. I don't know what kind of pet it is.
Probably a hamster, something that she puts up her butt. I would imagine she's so fucking
Maybe.
nuts.
She's
you know.
crazy.
Can I have a hamster? My bunghole is lonely.
Yeah. She shouldn't be allowed to have a fucking pet.
Well, she shouldn't be allowed
She
to
needs a
breathe,
little
in my
emotional
opinion,
support while
but
she's behind bars. Like,
yeah. She shouldn't be allowed oxygen, in my opinion. But
right? She should have been hanged.
I'm not president, so I can't do anything about that.
Right.
When you are going to be, representative for these people, when would you begin this position if you do take it? Because
Like
you have
a
been
couple weeks, I think.
you have been offered it though, correct?
Yes.
It's like it's yours if you want it.
Yes.
Okay. And then what you're currently just in sort of like the research and training phase where you just learn the ins and outs of the position, and then they hire you on for
I'm currently
it.
doing my own research.
Okay.
And then there will be proper training once it begins.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
What are some of the benefits you would find to being in this position?
For me personally,
for
my
you personally and for the environment? I think you seem to care about the environment way more than your own benefit to this.
Yeah. Well, I'm a woman, Johnny. We like to change our environment.
Yes, you guys do. You like to fix what ain't broke, but this is fucking broken.
Oh,
so...
yes. Well, because I'm unbreaking what the people broke to look like me.
Without having to like dox the whole job or anything like that, what would you like to fix? What would you like to see?
Morale first and foremost.
Morale. Okay.
Yes, morale.
Do you
There's a
feel
lot
that?
of good people there that have the entire weight of the station on their shoulders, and they don't think it's going to get any better because it's been progressively getting worse since they've been there. So,
Okay.
but I have found out.
Okay.
I have found out a lot of there are some things that I have seen get better this past year.
Okay, great.
And there still are people that are kind of stuck in, well, this happened before, so they're kind of afraid it'll happen again type of thing.
Okay, so they're trying to nip it in the bud because it has happened before, and they're like, oh, we're not going to let that happen anymore, right?
No, I think it's more like a fear it's going to happen.
Okay.
Because it's happened before.
So you are actually hearing your coworkers talk about having a hard time working where you are because of certain factors that are chipping away morale. But what are some of the things explicitly that are lowering morale? What are some of the things that management's doing or supervision or even fellow coworkers that they're being allowed to do but shouldn't be doing? What would you like to see changed with that? Like having been in your position already. Aside from pooping in the vehicle.
Yeah, that's gross. I haven't seen that, but definitely pee.
Scheduling, maybe?
No, I don't think. I think having somebody in-house that's kind of a policy regulator, so to speak, will improve morale of the workers, but also maybe lift a burden off management because they have to deal with a lot of stuff because there's not that middle person there to absorb a lot of the other stuff. So it then spills over and then it clogs up their emotions and their brain. And I'm hoping that being that wall, we'll just say, will help emotionally regulate management so they can then make better decisions
Well, you are the
that
wall.
then affect the workers.
Well, here's the thing, though. Okay, all right. Hopefully, you will have the authority to execute these ideas. That's what I really hope that you're able to do. I hope it's not a situation where it's like, okay, give us your ideas. You can't do anything about it, but give us your ideas anyway.
Yeah.
I do think that people are going to more or less come to you before you go to them, or does it work both ways? Can you go up to management and say, look, I'm hearing from no, you can't. Okay, you got to leave them alone with that.
Yep.
Okay.
I take the things and I send them outside. And then outside gives it back, and then I give it to them.
Okay. So you're the liaison between this workers group versus the actual job itself. And you just report what's going on, and then the workers group, they're the ones that take care of that deal with management.
Yes. Well, yes, mainly. Yeah.
Okay, like I kind of get it now. I just wanted to see the way that it flowed, and what type of power you had, in this position.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it'll help.
It will. I mean, you could.
I mean, it'll help me personally because I'm gonna
Yeah.
know every rule.
Right.
I'm gonna know the way things should be. So when I'm randomly approached by somebody who doesn't know and they tell me to do this thing and it's different than I've done it before, and just because they want to change my behavior, I can be like, actually, no, that's incorrect because on page blah blah blah.
Right. You actually are able to protect yourself knowing all this shit.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that'll help.
And then distributing that information amongst my peers,
right.
So we're all informed.
I mean, like, don't fuck with her. She's a technicality regulator.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're not gonna. They know that you know the rules, so they're not gonna mess with you. Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's just one of the things that I wanted to see. Those were my only. That was my only consternation with the whole thing. My doubt that you might not enjoy the job, and that's why I was being a negative Nancy about it initially. Whereas Billy said, "No, fucking go for it."
Me and Billy were plotting the destruction of the tyrannical matriarchy because ultimately that's what it's going to lead to.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It's got to trickle up.
Because I will become a wall between the matriarchy and the workers.
Because we know that the management is matriarchal. They're it's 100%. The whole fucking thing
matriarchal. Yeah.
Feminized 100%. Yeah. From what you have told me, it is just packed with women or male feminists.
And it's just like every other corporation business. It's mainstream, not small.
Yeah, it's big. Everybody knows it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We all need it too. It's one of our services.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Okay. No, it'll be good. I think I'll enjoy it. I've been asked many times because what's funny is a lot of the men that have done it before found it very stressful.
Because I think, and you had told me that. Why is that?
Because I think ultimately a lot of the women bring their emotions and unload them.
Oh yeah, fuck that. Person. I'm not doing that.
Right.
I'm not doing that.
And it's like when women do that to me, I don't think they get the response that they're looking for. Mm-hmm. So they tend not to try it again.
But you know how to communicate back to them when they present that. Whereas a man like myself would be like, Oh, bitch, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean?
Right,
I
right,
just
right,
back in the day, I could use my hand, right? No.
right, right. Hello, working man. Hello, masculine dreamer. Good to see
Hey
you guys.
guys, how are you doing? Um,
Yes,
I
Adrian.
just I just think that yeah, that's all I wanted to know is whether or not,
I mean,
not that I had
I
lack
think
of faith in
I think
women.
men get stressed out when they're doing women's work, and
Yes, it is.
I think this specific, maybe not higher up
Hmm.
within this entity, but I
Yeah.
think this specific support staff role is a woman's job.
Well, when you're dealing with other women, yeah, of course it is.
Exactly.
If it
That's
were a
just
bunch
where
of
we are right
guys,
now.
if it were a bunch of guys,
You wouldn't
uh,
need this job, I'm pretty sure.
uh, well, there have been male staff jobs historically that did have these worker groups,
Yeah.
and many men did depend on them for this, that, and the other. I
Yeah.
just want to make sure that you are not asked to go above and beyond for somebody who doesn't deserve it, and I know you wouldn't,
Yeah.
because whenever you're probably going to be the bitch that no, that nobody's going to be able to bend when it comes. Well, none of these women will, because they're going to want the moon, the sun, and the stars out of you. They're going
Oh
to look at you
yeah.
as they're going to look
Sweetheart
at you as
deals. I've heard about
right.
those. Yeah. I'm like,
Yeah,
nope.
and
You're
good, good.
not my sweetheart. I'm sorry.
I know. See, now that's why I
And
think
you're
this would
not
be
a
perfect for
sweetheart
you.
either, so double no.
You're a fat bitch who poops in a vehicle. That's what you are. I love it. See, that's where I think that you would be tailor made for this when they do come up for that kind of extra special treatment. When they look at you as like a playground monitor, Joey, he was blowing bubbles at me, right? And it's like, so, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, and because of that, I feel that your job really needs somebody like you, because apparently it just doesn't seem to be the people that they have in there now seem to allow them to run ragged, roughshod over the place.
Yeah.
And
There's a
I
lot of
don't feel
chaos.
that you would allow for that.
There's a lot of chaos, Johnny. I want to help
Hmm. Yeah.
restore some order.
I know you don't like chaotic environments, that's for certain.
Well, and you know what? I think I'm learning they don't like me either.
How so?
Like, they're very sensitive to judgmental looks.
Okay. Okay. Nice.
Yeah. I don't know. I've seen a couple things recently that I'm like, okay, that's how I should approach this situation.
So you're actually already thinking about what would I do in this new position to help counteract the fuckery that's going on in my company right now.
Just restore order to the
Right.
letter, how it's written.
Right.
Easy.
The
It's
letter,
easy.
not the color, the
The
letter.
letter. Yes.
Which is what which when you bring that up, this is what Helen Andrews was talking about, how we have way too many jobs, including the legal field, where the
Yeah.
law is no longer being interpreted to the letter, but the color.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, it should be a binary answer, guilty or not guilty. But a female judge is going to go in there and be like, yes, but was it on Tuesday? Was it on St. Swithin's Day? Were you wearing a pink dress or a blue one? What the fuck? You know what? Like, it doesn't matter. Doesn't fucking matter. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
Yeah. I think also I'm looking forward to, because I think it's going to be 1 day a week, unless
okay.
the need is more. At least 1 day a
Right.
week, full day,
Okay.
where
Oh,
I get to
okay.
wear my hair down.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that, Johnny.
Yeah.
Not just
Very
1 day
nice.
a week. I could wear it down 2 days a
And
week.
you don't have to wear your burqa.
Yeah, yeah. my new hat. This seems to be liked.
Yeah, yeah, you're a trendsetter there.
No,
That's
it's
awesome.
funny because I've heard a couple people say something about handmade.
Really? Did they say that?
Yeah,
Seriously?
and then
That's
one
awesome.
specifically asked me for it. Like, that
I
link
love
to
it.
that hat.
Yeah.
I was like, yep.
Nice. Beautiful. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're all going to be wearing that pretty soon.
yep. I mean, it's functional. It's super
Yeah,
functional.
exactly.
Yeah.
Especially when the summer comes out down there and you have like that just blazing Texas sun.
Do feminists go after each other? I don't know
Well,
what
I
you mean
mean,
by go after each other.
when you have
I mean, look, Candace Owens is going after fucking Erica Kirk hardcore.
yeah, and take a look at the
She's the major
Kurds.
feminist. I know she's been telling everybody, preaching the right wing stuff, but that crazy bitch is super feminist.
I'm sure there's a lot of infighting in those groups.
Oh yeah, there
Like
are.
when you have like the trans exclusionary feminists versus the ones that are all sex positive and transgender in feminism. They're fighting each other over that. So the sisterhood's only so solid. You know what I mean? There's something that can throw a turd into their punch bowl pretty easily.
Yeah,
That's the way I look at it. Well, I think that you're going to do really well with it. As long as
I'm excited about it actually.
yeah, let's just see how it works out.
I mean, because I was kind of in limbo. I felt like I was in hell. You know that portion of hell that's limbo,
Right. Well,
where I was
Hell's
just
waiting
like,
room. Yeah.
what? I see the problem. I don't have the solution in my part yet. And I was trying to feel around and see what fit the best.
Okay.
And a lot of people from different areas were throwing me opportunities, and I'm like, that doesn't seem right. This seems right. So
Right. Yeah.
yeah, this
I
seems. I think I need that level of external because this place needs external. Like it's so
right.
it's such a closed system,
Yeah.
and
That it needs that.
it
It
needs
needs that.
external pressure.
Right. Right. That works alongside it rather than
Yeah,
being deep in it,
yeah,
where you have to be political with them.
yeah.
Because I have a hard time with those kind of politics. That's why at my job I just avoid them, avoid it all at all costs.
Well, the first month I was there, when I was trying to talk to people from all over about this thing that happened just
Hmm.
in the beginning, that I was like,
Hmm.
this is not right. Everybody's like, shh, you don't know who knows somebody here. I'm like, this is
Uh-huh.
fucked up.
Okay.
Like, this
Yeah.
is like, it has the whole culture of shh.
Have you spoken to some people who have formally
Yes,
held this position, and why did they leave? Or the ones that are still in it, why do they like it?
haven't in anybody that's currently, but former.
Not currently. Okay. What did the formers say?
Yeah. It was stressful for them.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. For the reasons that you and I just discussed,
Yep.
because they were males.
Yeah. I think also, like, I will have to like, I'll have a boss that I have to run everything by. And I'm okay
Hmm.
with that. Because he's the
Okay.
captain.
Okay.
And I'm not a captain. And I
Right.
think
Right.
those
I
other
know.
people tried to be captains.
Okay.
So that might
Okay. I
made it
got you.
stressful for them too. Like, I know I'm not a captain. I know my lane. So
Gotcha.
I
All
don't see
right.
a problem there.
So they were actually bucking heads with their supervisors, thinking that,
I
hey,
think they wanted to be captains. Yeah.
yeah,
And have no
yeah,
interest.
right, okay. That might really work out well for you then. In that case, if
I think
that
so.
is the kind of attitude that you're going to go with. Yeah, I know what you mean then. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I do definitely wish you the best with that. I do. Yeah, I mean, I agree with Billy. You should go ahead and take it. What was Billy's view on that?
Oh,
Like, why did he how did he say that? No, GM, you got to do this.
he expressed all the future opportunities to help make society better.
Okay. What could you tell
Right,
tell
Billy?
tell? Well, give me an example of one of them. I mean, I want to see how this works out. Like, I want you to destroy feminism. Come on.
I think more like the accountability aspect too.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have to teach these women to be held accountable by saying no to them with some of their stupid demands in their sweetheart deals. They're going to come up to you with them eventually, at least at first, till they get to know you. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I can't manipulate her.
I don't know. My peers know me pretty well by now, I feel like.
Okay.
Yeah. They do. I think they do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think it'll be good. By the way, speaking of,
Hmm.
I saw this conversation recently that I've been looking forward to because I knew Chris Williamson would get Dr. Peter Salerno on to talk. Because
Okay.
this man, I love him in the like in the psychology realm. He's one of
Uh-huh.
the men that I'm like, yes, he's providing a lot of insight that kind of goes against, which there was something that confused me a little bit about what, because he keeps saying equality.
Hmm.
Like he brought
So
up the
what
whole
was
shaming thing, that these people
okay.
haven't been shamed enough and need shaming. But then he kept saying equality, like narcissists don't really understand equality of people. And like for me, that's kind of a feminist buzzword that's used a lot.
Oh, to me it is too. Yeah.
Yeah. So then I was like, what does he mean exactly by equality? I mean, because upon self reflection, I don't believe people are equal.
No.
Like that would be that would be weird. Like people
Right.
aren't
Like,
equal.
right. Exactly. I know what you mean. Right.
And then
Right.
they did this thought experiment at the end where he's like, okay,
Ooh,
Chris and Peter Salerno did a thought experiment about
I want to hear this.
how to
Okay.
create these different cluster bees. And he said
Okay.
specifically for narcissists, you need to hammer in equality, the importance of equality, and then give like love and adoration or whatever, like a lot of positive
Love
reinforcement.
bombing and shit like that to
Pretty
them. Right.
much. So I'm
Okay.
like, is he saying that to keep his head on his neck in the field? Is he just saying equality for that reason?
That is a big buzzword in the 2020s,
Yeah,
equality.
yeah,
And like, I go with Jesus and his view on that per the Gospel of Thomas that equality equals destruction.
yeah,
You know, because what's going to happen is you're going to expect people who are not tooled or suited for a certain occupation or activity, and you're going to assume that since we're all equal, you're going to play basketball just as well as a 6'5" dude.
right. No.
And you're going to learn very quickly that you're going to fucking suck at it.
Hmm.
Okay. Um, for instance, I am a musician and I work with modular synthesis. However, I am not on equal par with musicianship with the guitar like Jake Paul. the guy who does Terrence Pop's theme songs. There's no way that he and I could do a playoff and I would win at the guitar. No fucking way. He's like, I can't
Right.
do that. No fucking way.
Right.
I accept that. I realize that I am not on equal playing level as Jake Paul, and I'm fine with that. Okay.
But you might be better than him at something.
Well, yeah, maybe at modular synthesis, but I could be wrong. He'd be like, step over, Johnny, give me that sequencer, and he's just fucking shredding. I don't know, man.
Right,
I can shred pretty well too, but he might really just even house me on that.
But you acknowledge somebody else's superiority with
Yes, I
something.
do. Yes, I do. I'm also only like 5'10" and really skinny, meaning I'm probably not going to do very well at like the aforementioned basketball or even football. I get laid out like wholesale carpeting. I was actually recounting this comedic event that happened to me when I was in high school. And there was this huge Hungarian kid named Malenko, because we had a lot of East European kids at my school in Chicago, right? And I was fucking around with him one day, just being Johnny Midnight, being a dick. And he got pissed off at me and he said, 4 p.m., meet me up the hill. We had a big hill where we would go after school to pick a fight. All right. And I was like, holy shit, I'm going to die. This dude was a foot taller than me and everything, just huge. Yeah. And everybody thought I wasn't going to show up, and I did. And he one sock, and I was out, dude. I was like, he was like, wham! And, you know, he knew that that's all it would take. But I was not on an equal playing level. I knew it, and he knew it. I was expected to get laid out like wholesale carpeting, and I was. And he expected to do the same thing as well. I guess what I'm saying is accepting the concept of equality is not going to fix anything. It's not going to help a narcissist, that's for sure.
Right. Yeah, that's the only, because I love what he talks about. I love how he talks about the intentionality, because I think he learned the hard way how truly malevolent some of these crazy bitches can be. Like, he doesn't seem like he has the thought like, oh, we can save everybody. No, there's some people that you just can't. Like,
no,
they are rotten and evil to their fucking core.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And they've been actually many times rewarded for it in their own way.
Exactly. Yeah.
So they continue that behavior.
Yes. And they'll always, the way they're built, they'll always find somebody to extract that from.
Exactly. And that's why, like, operant conditioning is really the only real psychology out there. Are you being rewarded for it, or are you being punished for it? Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and continue with the set of behaviors that rewards me more than the ones that punish me.
Yeah.
Okay. And the narcissist, of course, is going to go and gravitate, just like anybody else would, to the behaviors that they find more rewarding. And if it is something harmful and shitty to others, they're going to continue to do it. They're not going to think about morality, values, mores. They're not going to think about scruples, a set of things that I'm just not going to fucking do. Okay? Yeah. For instance, you think that you're a psychopath.
No, I definitely have psychopathic traits, but they're context specific. Okay. And I don't think it's bad. Okay, like Johnny, for instance, if somebody intentionally murdered my child,
right,
or I would then end their entire bloodline.
Okay,
I think that would be fair.
Okay. Oh, yeah, because that would end your bloodline. I got it.
Right, fair's fair. Is that psychopathic?
I mean. It's equality. You're now on equal footing.
It's equality.
Yeah, you're now on equal footing with the aggressor.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. the thing is that you do have a set of scruples, though. There are certain things that you're just not going to do because you were saying, even in a certain context, that's when you would throw that out the window. Does that make sense?
What do you mean, throw what out the window?
Your list of scruples, the things that you find reprehensible or abhorrent that you would not do.
I don't know if I would do them.
Right. No. What I'm
I'm
what
lost.
I'm okay. Scruples are a set of
Yeah, I know what those are.
okay, right. These are things that you're not going to do.
Yes.
And then except in that certain situation where somebody did something to your family, okay, your son.
Yeah.
Then you would throw the scruples out the window and do that. Okay, but I still don't know if that makes you a psychopath, though.
I mean, there's part of me. I was thinking also the other day about my sadistic tendencies and kind of dissecting that a little bit. Like, I really enjoy seeing people learn lessons. Like, take a crazy bitch, for instance.
Okay.
After she hurts lots of people, if she was in turn going to be receiving punishment for it,
her just desserts, right?
I think that's a good thing. For
I would
one, because she deserved it, but for two, maybe she'll learn from it and then be less abusive in the future. So that ultimately improves the environment.
Okay. Yeah, no, I understand what you mean. I mean, I would like
I love people learning lessons. I like people learning.
Now, see,
Is that sadistic?
No, I don't think that's sadistic. I'm like, for instance, Ghislaine Maxwell. I think her being imprisoned in Club Fed with a pet is not enough.
Yeah, no, it's not. She needs.
I would like to see her publicly executed. I would like to have everybody be forced to watch it. I think learn not to fucking eat kids.
But Johnny, I think that, but also telling everybody why and thoroughly explaining that this crazy bitch is actually responsible for obtaining young women, children, whatever.
Human flesh, right?
Yeah, like.
And then what you have to do is communicate to the masses. This is why we're throwing her in a fucking volcano.
Yes.
We're not doing it willy-nilly.
We're really chipping her into a volcano.
Right.
Hello, Gone with John. Good to see you.
There's just not enough volcanoes in America, and I'm really pissed off about that. Vengeance is an emotional response, not necessarily psychopathic.
Is it an emotional response if I were to preemptively plan it, though? I mean, I just know what I would already do in that situation.
Oh, like in the case. Okay. You daydream about what happens if in this event. Okay.
I mean, not that I want to, but I would if I had to.
There's nothing wrong with being a little prepared, though. Okay,
yes,
there's nothing wrong with that. You usually are a very efficient person with everything that you do, and I think preparation in that event is something that you would consider. I think every mother considers it, at least the ones that give a shit about their kids, which are becoming fewer and fewer in the 2020s. But yeah.
Yeah, I saw something posted about psychology. Some psychology chick posted about how mothers are being something about mothers being demonized in more recent years, and how it's so unfair. Now they're calling something abuse when it's just what did she say it just brushed off the abuse.
Well, you have to understand too. They're going to say that because they want the state to take,
right.
They want to have the state
how it was bad.
Not mothers.
to blame the mom. Like, come on. See,
Uh,
that's why I want feminism to disappear, because it's ruining motherhood in general, and
the
it's ruining
family,
people. It's ruining people.
right, right. It's ruining the family, and then because of that, the nuclear family. Because of that, people
Yeah.
are they're just generating one degenerate after another. And it's very true. Um, but yeah, I like I said, I don't know. I mean, I don't think though that like, do you think karma is real or a man-made construct? If bad things are allowed to continue,
Bad people.
yeah, bad people are allowed to continue their entire lives with the same. Well, Mescal and Dreamer, that's exactly what I was saying earlier. I mean, if they're going to be continued to be rewarded for bad behavior, they are going to continue it.
Yes.
Or if they don't experience enough pain for the actions in which they committed, they're just going to be unable to do it again. It's like, oh, I got a weekend in jail. So what? You know, yeah, it's a punishment, but it's not much of one for killing somebody, let's say.
But is pain a bad thing? Like, really?
No, it's not. I
I
think that it
don't.
needs to be.
I mean, the most valuable lessons I've ever learned are from pain. Some of it I put through myself.
Uh-huh.
Torture.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it's a bad thing. It's temporary. Like,
Well, right. No, I get it. I get it. Then again, you know what? I mean, psychopaths don't really fear pain, so there's
right? I
not
never
that don't.
fear pain. I don't know if I really fear anything though.
Well, yeah, you do have that ataraxia. That is a very telling symptom of psychopathy.
Ataraxic.
Well, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But that's, oh, guess what else I was thinking about, Johnny?
What's that?
A conversation I had with Psych a couple years ago, because he works on this, and he works on a model of psychology, and he kind of draws from a lot of different areas, and he kind of uses MBTI stuff.
Hmm.
And I had this thought, wondering if MBTI was a way to record like stages of development.
Personality typing?
Yeah,
Sure. Like I feel like I wasn't always an INFJ. You know what I mean? Like it
yeah,
developed into that.
yeah, yeah. But also, I'm wondering if certain environments create certain personality types, because
I
like
totally
say
agree. I
say
totally think so.
say you're connected, like, and it all depends on the tribe you're connected to, because we're all
Okay.
interconnected, and you're
Hmm.
gonna be influenced by the people in your tribe.
Yeah.
So that would in turn, like, we get all these crazy bitches that their tribe is the feminist cult, and obviously
Right.
they're feeding each other terrible life choices
Oh yeah. Yeah.
and causing them to go mad and need head meds and have behavior pathologies and personality pathologies, like all the clusters.
Hmm.
I don't know.
I
I'm
think
wondering.
I
Uh,
think that I think it's a mixture of genetics and epigenetics and just other experiences throughout life. You know, they say that you don't have a fully formed personality until you reach adulthood. That's why, like for instance, in juvenile psychology fields, they won't. At least they didn't. Not when I was practicing it. They did not diagnose any of the adolescents with personality disorders because their personality wasn't fully formed. So there's also an insurance reason. I'm not going to get into that.
but
Um,
Johnny, I don't know if anybody's personality is fully formed. I think it could always be altered a little bit.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the older
Not
and more
saying that
mature
there's
thing
hope
to
for these evil doers because
no,
they're fundamentally corrupt to their core.
I don't have any patience for them. So
Yeah.
even if they are salvageable,
Yeah.
I
No,
don't
no.
care. Volcano.
I heard Sam Backman say they need to be isolated and he didn't use the word executed, but
Well,
pretty much.
Mussolini Il Duce did something very similar to that during his, during fascist Italy. He viewed homosexuality as a mental disease. Okay,
Hmm. Yeah.
and which the common person did back in the 1920s. And he did kind of what like Vatman was talking about. He designated an Italian island in the Adriatic Sea for all the homosexuals to go live off of. He just put them all there. It's like, yep, you're going to Homo Island. Nope. He didn't kill them or anything. He just, segregated them and assigned them to this place to get it out of fascist society.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just wondering, like,
I'm
so,
sure they had a great time there.
yeah. Do you think how introverted or extroverted someone is could be based on the environment too?
Yes, I do. I used to be a lot more extroverted than I am now. I mean, I wasn't like life of the party, but
Yeah.
I remember like in college, I was kind of a social butterfly then. I'm not now. That's for goddamn sure.
Yeah. I mean, but when you're out and about in your community, are you friendly with people? Or you just kind of head down, ignore people.
Boy, I used to be before at least COVID. I used to be a lot more genial with others, but
Yeah.
now I am kind of like, oh yeah, hey, how are you doing? And then I keep walking. Um, I'm I'm coming to a point where I'm having a very hard time relating to others. I'm also sober now, so having seen
Hmm.
people's behavior and experiencing it through sober eyes
Yeah.
is a lot tougher for me than being able to roll with it when I was either in the drunk hungover cycle. That really
Mm,
too. So that was a factor in my environment, the alcohol, that allowed me to be a lot more to give people a moment of my time more than I do now.
yeah.
I'm actually have become kind of an unfriendly person in the last few years,
Mm,
especially being sober. And when I say unfriendly, I don't mean. I don't say to people, fuck you. I'm not like that. I'm just saying
right.
don't give them the social cues that I want to talk to them any longer than the hi, how are you? That's about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Cause like for an INTJ, I feel like I've always been more social than the type would indicate. And I think
you
part
do
of
love
that's
to
because I'm a
conversate. Yeah,
chick. I think part of it's because I'm a chick.
yeah, yeah. A
And
female introvert is different
social,
than a
that's
male
our
introvert.
realm.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So I don't
But
know.
but when I say you love to conversate, though, all right,
Yeah.
you don't do it in the way certain many females do. You like the one-on-one therapy session.
Yeah,
Okay.
I do.
You're not, I mean, I've seen you work pretty well in groups.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't see you tire out interacting with people in groups, but I think this is where you would rather be in a one-on-one discussion as opposed
Yes.
to a full panel. Because I've
Yes.
seen you in action on panels before. You're fine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, because I was just thinking about like my day to day and what I really enjoy.
Hmm.
Not only
You,
seeing a lot of different environments and a lot of animals to give me good ideas about
hmm
future compound stuff,
yeah.
but also the people. And I'm starting to become regular on different places where the people like, I think they look forward to seeing me because I engage with them.
Right.
Like I saw that I was going up to the door the other day, and this little girl was with her grandma, and
Okay.
her grandma, I guess she saw me pull up, so she like greeted me at the door. And this little girl had on this oversized dress, but it was like a dress up princess, and I was
Okay.
just like you could tell when she walked out, she was like super proud of the dress.
Yeah.
So I told her how pretty the dress was, and she's like, "Oh my god, thank you!" And I was like, "Are you a princess?" And she's like, "Yeah." Like, and her
Nice.
grandma was like so excited and thanked me, and then thanked me, I think,
Yeah.
for engaging with the girl.
Right.
Or there's been little boys that come out that they're so happy, they want to get it, you know, and they got their shirt off and they're doing boy stuff, and like they want to carry the thing, and I'm like, let me see your muscles, little dude. Let's see if you're strong enough for this package.
Right.
And they show me their muscle. I'm like, okay, you got this, you know.
Nice.
Like little stuff like that. I like that stuff.
Well, I mean, you're really good with kids too. I mean, you
Yeah.
you really like kids. So I
Yeah, I love
mean,
kids.
you're
But there was this old man that was blowing off his sidewalk, and he just edged it up, and it looked really good. And I was, you know, I just delivered, and he was like, "Hello, thank you." And I was like, "Oh, you're welcome." I was like, "That looks really nice," because it looked really nice. And he was just like, "Oh
Right.
my god, thank you!" Like,
yeah, yeah.
it made him smile.
Well, I think though that yeah, but you're also they appreciate that because you are doing it from a point of honesty. You know, from a
Yeah,
you really liked the way his walk looked, and you
it
said
looked
something
really
about it.
nice.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
and you could tell he'd been working half the day on his yard, you know.
But here's where the introversion does come in, though. You're
Yeah.
happier working in the field than you are at the station with all the fucking shit going on and all the people going, Mandy, 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 Mandy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I think maybe you're right about the one versus group dynamic.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because imagine even if you were getting nothing but a bunch of positive reinforcement from a group or a crowd, I think that you would be a little bit overworked from it. I don't like it even when it's positive at all. I'm like, okay, would you guys just one at a fucking time? You know
You
what I
know
mean?
what though that I noticed that I don't like about the two different things?
What's that?
The group is performative and they're not real. They're performing. The one-on-one,
That
that's where
means
the
they're lying.
real, right. That's where
Yeah.
the real comes out, is the one-on-one.
Right, right.
The group is performing a group dynamic. And I
Right.
think that's why it's you know?
Right. You don't feel that they're being quite as upfront and honest in terms
Not
of
at
the
all.
information that they're conveying to
And
you.
they say things that are like puppeting stuff.
Okay, right.
Like
They are
it's not anything coming from their core and their
totally
soul.
fucking right about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's quite a few people in my environment that I don't like I don't respect anything about the way they behave when they're in the group, and then one-on-one they're like normal. At least the way they conversate with me I see as normal, because I feel like
and
it's
then you
real.
say to yourself, well, why don't you act like that when you're around people? Why do you have to act like a piece of shit when
Right.
5 other people enter the room? You know,
Right.
and when they're gone, you're tolerable. What the fuck happened? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I don't get that. Yeah.
I think, like I said, that might be something that's, inherently introverted about you. What about when you were younger, though? Were you sociable, but more sociable then, or even less sociable?
I mean, I've always been social. Like one-on-one social, I guess.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about like in terms of the group.
I've never been a part of anybody's group. I mean, they try to say I'm this group identity, but I'm like, I'm not. I'm just visiting.
Right. No, I know.
Like,
I know.
I don't like your group. I like that individual and that individual and that individual of the group. But there's a lot of the individuals in that group that I would never spend the time
Yeah,
with.
really.
Like,
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I know what
that
you
want
mean.
to latch onto this group identity. Like,
I've always felt that way in many respects. Like, the groups that I've been involved in, it's sort of like I can get along pretty well within them, but I'm not really a big time follower, but I'm not a leader either. And I sometimes have problems with the person who decides I am the grand poobah. And I'm like, who the fuck are you? Why? You know what I mean?
yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Well, but I guess that's something you have to accept if you are taking on the badge of the group identity, right? You have to accept the poobah.
yeah, that's why I have a
You have
hard
to
time with
tolerate the
badges.
poobah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
the fucking poobah. That's why I have a hard time wearing that kind of a badge. I like the idea when I'm not in it, like, oh wow, that would be really cool to be part of X, Y, or Z.
Yeah.
And then when you actually get there to the minutes meeting, you're like, oh God, I can't stand half of this. Or the things that are expected of me. I only like to expect things from myself anymore.
Yeah.
Even if
Yeah.
they're not the right thing, I kind of don't care.
Yeah.
Kind of don't care because I've made it this long without having to do to live by certain expectations. And I think that that's why going my own way is just such an attractive way of life for me. My version of going my own way, that
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
So I don't even view it as a philosophy because a philosophy is a certain set of expectations. You're a Stoic, you're an Epicurean, you're a hedonist, and they all have their own little expectations. And because of that, I don't agree with every single one of those things. So that's why I call it a way of life. I don't necessarily agree with one person's way of going their own way versus the way I do it. And that's okay because we're allowed to do that.
Well, I'm glad you're allowed to do it, Johnny.
Yeah, yeah. Inherently, we're allowed to do it. Exactly.
It's almost like you guys are like, oh, we're in this group, but we're doing it our way.
No, not really.
The group of us doing our own way.
Not really, though,
No?
because there are so many different subsets and sets of MGTOW that I
Yeah.
don't even know of. It's huge. It's
Yeah.
everywhere. And I
But
do have a home site that I go to.
I think, and I know this in my core, that it's a reaction to feminism. And I think it's a natural reaction to feminism because, like, even that FBI guy that showed up at my house after
Hmm.
the crazy bitches lied,
Right.
which I was like, go ahead, send more men to my house about my YouTube channel.
Right.
Send more men to sort me out. Go for it. Like, no, he was when I explained to one of the guys about what MGTOW was, he's like,
Uh-huh.
"Oh, that sounds like you." Like, and
Oh,
he's
yeah.
like,
His
"Yeah." And then
partner, right.
he'd never heard of MGTOW though, but he
Mhm.
had already gone his own way.
Yeah, because,
And
yeah,
he shared his MGTOW story with me. Like,
nice.
yeah,
Interesting. See, that's the thing, though. I mean, like you said, it is a natural reaction.
I think it
I don't
is.
think every man's going to do it. I don't believe, like what Sandman says, one day it will hit critical mass. No, I don't think it will. Okay.
Yeah.
Way far, far too many men are not going to be able to do it. It ain't for everyone. I understand that. But for me, I've really, it's worked out very well for me. Um, so that's the way I look at it. Um, And yeah, it is allowed. That is a very important word. I know that you're kind of clowning on it, but when you're a man, you're expected to have these you're expected to behave a certain way and have these certain things in life, or else you're not considered a man. And that those expectations are delivered to you through allowances, through societal allowances,
Mm.
and they're getting so strange because our society is now feminized, and feminization is an abomination. It takes everything and corrupts it and twists it
It
into the
does.
satanic fucking mess
It
that needs
does.
to
It
be.
turns it upside down.
Yeah,
Like
it turns
this
everything
coal.
upside down. Yeah.
I, I was
If you want
thinking
to
about
make
this
children's,
coal.
you're supposed to put the penis in the vagina, not the asshole, faggot. You know what I mean? And
Right.
but by these rules, butt sex is the best.
Yeah.
As I don't mean to be that gross, but it's true. That's their rules, not mine.
Yeah. 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 No, I was thinking about this the other day. Like, what? Because I was trying to figure out why people tend to respond to me the way they do. Because
Hmm.
it's kind of across the board.
Okay. Okay.
Like, even crazy bitches will respond a little different. And I
What do you
think
mean? Like, in what way?
so. There's one at work that, like, we've had lovely conversations about how our job is man's work.
Okay, great. Yeah.
Like, she fully admits it. Like, but I respond to her like she's a woman. I allow her
Yeah.
to be a woman in my presence. Same with men. Like, men are very nice to me. Like,
Hmm.
I I never have any problems with men in my real life. They're always gentlemen.
Yeah.
Like, they respond in a way, and it's almost like they have a comfort because I allow them to be men in my presence. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
not this tyrannical bitch that's like trying to feminize them.
Right.
I just let
Right.
them be normal.
Don't talk about anal sex, Johnny. Right. And
Right,
you
right,
did. You
right.
let me use that. You allowed me to use that without me giving me a headache. That to use that example.
Right. No,
Um.
no, but women too.
Right.
Women too.
Right.
I allow them to be women. And I strongly discourage masculine, especially toxically masculine energy in women.
Right. Right. The women that act like the idiot at the end of the bar who's trying to pick a fight with everybody, drinking and cussing and
Yeah.
smoking and spitting around, and then they wind up getting thrown out of the bar.
Right.
That is not the guy you want to emulate, ladies. If you want to be a man, don't be him. Don't be
See,
that
I
motherfucker.
don't have respect for women who are lying, and those women I see are lying
Right.
because
Right.
they try to emulate a behavior that's not biologically natural to them.
Right. And it's not constructive even to men when a man behaves that way.
Oh yeah, no, when a man tries to behave toxically feminine or feminine at all,
Yeah, exactly. Oh fuck.
I'm just like, ew, like
Male feminist. Yeah.
thanks, work mommy. Like,
Yeah, right. You're like, look, Bobby, you might want to stay off of Grinder.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Um,
don't know. I don't think, because I got asked the other day how I stay so positive and
okay.
why I'm always positive
Hmm.
and how I stay emotionally regulated. And I try to really think, because there's been times in my life where I was more emotionally dysregulated.
What do you
And
mean?
like, I felt bad and I was like confused and I would be kind of stressed. But there were times in my life where I was doing something that I wasn't built for.
Okay.
Like, I was trying to do man's work too
Uh-huh.
much. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
can do a little bit, but
Right.
that can't be my whole day.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the key to the emotional regulation. And I think why the crazy bitches have such a hard time. Because, like, all these crazy bitches, I have not seen one that isn't a fucking feminist that doesn't puppet the feminist dogma.
Mm-hmm.
So when they've been indoctrinated in this fucking believing multiple things that aren't true, I think they fight their biology. So they
Yeah,
have a hard
and
time.
that's a good point because when you were doing too much of the man's work,
Yeah.
you were living against the natural order. And
Yeah.
that's where the dissonance was caused. That's what
Yeah.
caused the dissonance.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a point where like I had to be the head of my household.
That's
The
why we can't
mom.
be equal.
Right? Right. But then I was also salon owner and responsible for all that. And I think that period of my life in my adult time was the most stressful, I would say.
Okay. Okay. So you did not fully enjoy being a salon owner.
Oh no, I hated it.
You hated it. Okay.
Yeah, well, but if I didn't, and the part that made me
Because you
realize
actually had a staff that worked under you, right?
that I was responsible for, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
geez.
yeah, oh
Okay.
yeah. No, it sucked. Being the lead person that made all the money to pay these ungrateful little children that just kept
Mhm.
wanting more and more and not working for it.
Oh, God.
There
Okay.
was there was a point because I did that for like 2 years. There was a point where I was like, I'd rather be spending this time. Like I don't want to babysit these adults anymore. Like I'd rather be
Uh-huh.
spending my time with my son. Like
Okay.
because I had
Right.
a child.
Right. Right. Exactly.
Yeah, and I was just stretched way too thin during that time.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I wonder how you behaved on a day-to-day basis back then.
I think I was a lot more quiet because I
Really?
had a
Okay.
lot more stuff going on in my brain and a lot more stresses because I had
Okay.
to pay all this stuff over here in my personal life and then all this stuff with the salon stuff and I had to like yeah.
And that's an extremely social job, and you're an introvert, and you were being thrust into something that was probably better tailored toward an extroverted personality.
Maybe that. I don't know. I've
I
read
think
the
I
E Myth.
think so.
I've read the E Myth during that time too.
The what?
The E Myth. It's a book
Oh,
about the entrepreneurs. And I figured out I was a solopreneur.
okay.
Like maybe if I didn't already have a kid and a family and all those responsibilities, I might
Hmm.
have done better with that.
Maybe.
But I don't even know if that's true.
Yeah.
I
Yeah. I
don't know if
mean,
I would have done better with that. Because I was trying to captain too many fucking ships. And I'm good
right.
at captaining one ship, kinda.
Yeah, you're kind of like a man where it's just like sort of like a single focus on something. Like let's laser in on one thing and do it right, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
You're like Kentucky Fried Chicken. We just do chicken here. We don't do burgers and tacos.
yeah.
Right, right.
Or just beef. This is
Just beef.
red meat
Right.
only.
Red meat only here. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then all the vegans start protesting. You're like, oh, you guys are fucking dead. Yeah.
Vegans are made out of meat.
And they are red meat.
Red meat.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. So I think a lot of these feminists, the reason why they have these problems,
Hmm.
because actually this conversation I had with the elder in my tribe that we traded coaching
Okay.
the other day. Yeah,
Okay.
she kind of struggles with some stuff. She never had children, and
Hmm.
so she has this displaced mommy energy.
Okay.
So she wants her business to be carried on after she's done with it, and it's not gonna.
Oh no. Yeah.
Yeah, that mommy energy is displaced there.
Okay. So she does not have. She's using her business as her progeny, but she doesn't have anyone to
Yeah.
carry it on afterwards.
Yep.
Yeah. And it wouldn't be you because you don't want to run that kind of thing. You've already tried it with your own salon and you're like, nope.
No, hers is different. I mean, I wouldn't want to. No, that's her
Okay.
baby. That's her
Okay.
baby.
Right. Right.
So, yeah,
Yeah. Interesting
yeah,
as you see that because as society becomes more and more feminized and more women don't need no man, you're going to find more women that are running into that. It's like, okay,
mhm,
I've developed this business, so that's my baby, that's my family, or the career or whatever. And then what do I pass on? I don't know.
yeah, yeah. We have a lot of women in our society that drank the feminist Kool-Aid
Mm-hmm.
and missed their boat and
Yeah.
won't be having children. And they're trying to figure out what their senior years are going to look like.
You know what though? It's kind of weird. Like, I'm a man and I don't have any progeny, but I think to myself, I kind of don't care that I don't. And I'm in my 50s.
Yeah.
Why am I not feeling like if I only had, a family, why am I not feeling that way? Maybe because I see other men who do have families and they're saying things like, I love my kids, but if I could do it all over again, I wouldn't. And I'm like, wow.
Whoa. That's a big.
I hear that from a lot of the brothers. I hear that from a lot.
Ones that have had the toxic relationship.
No, that just had kids in general. But yeah, they've all had toxic relationships. I
Yeah.
mean, all MGTOW have.
Yeah. I mean, there's a reason y'all went your
We're
own
we're
way.
here for a reason. Yeah,
Yeah.
we went our own way for a reason, and yeah, I hear that from a lot of them though. I love my kids, but if I could do it all over again, I would not have them.
Mm.
And maybe that's one of the reasons why I don't feel like I missed out on anything, nor do I feel the need to pass on Johnny Midnightism to anybody else.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's one of the things I'm wondering. Why don't I feel
Maybe
that?
because your environment. See, like my environment, I see kids everywhere. I
Mm-hmm.
get to see them all over the place, and I see
Okay.
families, and I see them.
Okay. Yeah, I
But
don't.
yeah, you don't see that.
Yeah, I don't have like kids and families and stuff being held up in my face. Like, hey, don't you wish you had this, Johnny? No, I don't. I don't have that at
Right.
all. At
Right.
all.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It could be why.
Yeah, maybe.
Your environment just isn't conducive for passing on
Yeah,
good genes.
yeah, I guess not, right? Guess it's sure. I don't think it is. No,
Yeah.
I I actually it takes a it's going to be a special kid, a very certain special kid type of kid who a male especially that would be able to navigate what we have coming. I think in the future.
Yes, let's
Um,
talk about the future because I
okay,
think it looks really bright.
you okay.
I do. Did I
Present
send you?
present present your case to me.
Okay, did you see Sister Cindy?
Yeah, I did.
She popped up in my algorithm. The algorithm gods.
Play some of it so everybody can find out who she
Who
is.
Sister Cindy is.
Yeah, yeah.
I put a link to her Instagram in the description, along
Right.
with the link to that conversation with
Chris
Chris
Williamson.
Williamson. Yeah,
Yeah.
and Dr. Peter Salerno.
I don't know.
So she was at Texas A&M.
Okay.
She does a slut shaming tour to the university.
That is awesome.
Let's see.
Here a hole, there a hole, everywhere a hole. Here a hole, there a hole, everywhere a hole. On this campus, everywhere.
Wait, am I gonna get nipped for that clip?
Maybe.
The song.
She should send. She should pass out ho-hos to the crowd. That's what I would do. I'm just saying. Here, you are what you eat.
Yeah. No, I heard her talk, and she's talking about because something Peter Salerno brought up. I mean, because she's attacking one of the feminist favorite fucking tools. My body, my choice, sexual liberation, keep the carousel going. I mean, because ultimately the lesbians encourage that out of their cult members.
Abortion or a bastard factory, right?
Exactly. But the lesbians encourage that kind of behavior because they know ultimately that men will leave them alone and they'll switch to the dark side.
Okay, right. Well, here's the funny thing. It's like when we were talking about MGTOW earlier, I had found out that the American government and the FBI find it to be one of the most destructive forces or philosophies to the current establishment. And that's why the U.S. government is so afraid of MGTOW. And I did not realize that until I heard about that the other night. And I think it's because the society has become so feminized by now, and we're the counter reaction to it, or the reaction to it.
Right. But also you guys
would topple it and everything else that goes along with it.
Well, because you shed light on toxic female behavior. Because a lot of, like, I don't know anybody
and we starve the system. We starve the system.
Yeah.
By
the gynocentric system.
Right. But the system is gynocentric. It is feminized. So I mean that goes without saying. But we abscond from it, and that is starving it out. If too many men go their own way as a response to the doubling down of feminism, that maybe it will hit a critical mass someday. I don't know about like in my lifetime, but I mean, I guess I can see their point. I never found ourselves dangerous to society because I just didn't feel that there were enough of us.
You're dangerous to the cult, though.
But we are dangerous to the cult. That is true.
That's what they're admitting.
And boy, do they mollycoddle that fucking cult.
They do. They absolutely do. I think Sister Cindy's message is amazing, though.
Well, I think it is too. Yeah. Actually, when I was at Indiana University, her husband, I forget what his name is, Brother Joel or something like that. He would do. She wasn't there, but he would do these campus talks about like against homosexuality and feminism and everything like that, and atheism.
Really?
Yeah. Actually,
so they've been around for a while.
Oh yeah, this was early mid '90s, and he was there. I can send you some video clips of it. Oh, we also had Mad Max. He would come to our campuses. Now he wasn't quite as conversational as Brother Joel, I think is his name, but. He was like, "You're all gonna burn in fucking hell, faggot." But he was based. Oh boy, he would lay it on thick, and he came to our campus as well. And boy, did both of them got a huge audience. Both of them did. Joel Smock, that is her husband's name. Yeah, Joel Smock.
I think I saw something that he recently passed.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm not really sure. Okay,
I
so she's
think
going solo now. Okay.
maybe she's going solo.
Do you think you could get her onto your stream as a guest?
I would love to have a conversation with her.
Okay,
I'm
great.
super interested in her
Yeah.
story.
Yeah, because she said she used to be like some sort of disco queen, probably like a lot of sex and cocaine and crap. That's how it was in the 70s, you know.
Yeah.
I wonder if she could share that and how everything changed, you know. It probably took a man to put her back to sanity,
Maybe
you know.
maybe that's it. Yeah. I want to know if she has children.
Yeah, or if she can have them, you know. You never know.
I don't know. I don't see hardly anybody that's trying to do good for society that doesn't have children.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
why do good for society? Like
Yeah,
all
I
the
mean,
people that I see destroying society
mhm.
don't care about children or don't have children.
I don't have children, and I do want to destroy the bad part of society. So yeah, I mean, you're
Different.
right. You got me pegged.
No, I'm talking
Not
about
that way.
women.
Stop it, Riggs. Okay.
No, I'm talking about women
I know.
specifically.
Well,
That like speak out against feminism.
I think it would be great at some time in the future if you could secure an interview with her. That would be fantastic. She might respond.
A conversation.
Yeah,
Is it an
conversation.
interview? What's the
I
difference? Because every time people say interview, I'm like, conversation.
Yeah, you're right. Like what we're having is not an interview. Like we're on level playing field. I've
Yeah.
got nothing to gain from talking to you, and you have nothing to gain from talking to me. We're just, trying to hash
Or
something
do
out.
we
Well,
both have something to
ultimately,
gain?
maybe,
Yeah.
maybe, ultimately, yeah, maybe.
I
You never
mean,
know.
talking with you, Johnny,
Hmm.
helps me think and clarify my thinking.
Does it really?
It does. Also, you make me think about stuff I wouldn't normally think about on my own, and you ask me questions because you always ask me questions.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny too, because men don't normally ask a lot of questions. I don't know if that's a feminine trait of mine or what, but there are a lot of things that. No, I think you know what I think. Yeah, maybe men do ask questions. It's kind of like
I think men do.
Leonardo da Vinci was probably like, "Hey, how do I really draw the human form? I'll go ahead and steal a corpse and find out."
You're
You know what I
right.
mean?
Yeah.
He was asking questions, man. He was just asking questions.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've always wanted to know how things work. I wanted to know how people work. I wanted to know how systems work.
Yeah. Me too.
And in order to find that out, I just have to ask a lot of questions. And the reason why I ask you certain questions is that you are planning systems. You are planning
Right.
these different, yeah, you are planning systems. I want to know how that they're going to work. What will be the benefit for not just you, but everybody, what you're
Yeah.
doing.
And I'll be working alongside and for people that write the things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's going to be really helpful.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, guess what? I have to get going.
Okay,
all right?
Johnny.
I got
Thank
work
you so
tomorrow.
much for this tribal
Anytime.
council
Yeah,
meeting.
it sure was.
I was thinking about what is this channel, and I feel like it's where I seek a lot of counsel from fellow tribe members, and I'm not
It's a
talking about
powwow.
it's like a powwow.
Yeah, well,
Because it's
one-on-one.
like the people that
Powwows
come
are equally
here are
different.
kind of all kin in spirit.
Right,
So
exactly.
it's a tribe with no name
It's
that
not equality.
spontaneously comes
It's not
together.
equality. It's harmony. I have no
It
problem with
is.
harmony.
It's
None
an
at all.
interconnected exchanging.
Of like-minded minds, of like-minded people. Yes.
Yeah.
I like that. That'll
I
work.
like it. Thank you for the
Okay.
counsel, Mr. Midnight.
Anytime. All right.
All right.
Have a
Bye,
great one, guys.
everybody.
Bye.